The woman was cleaning the room when she accidentally touched a water cup. However, when she heard the cup fall to the ground, she was overjoyed and ecstatic, because she who had been deaf for many years could finally hear again. It turned out that many years ago during childbirth the woman suffered temporary hearing loss. Now her hearing had unexpectedly recovered. The woman excitedly ran out wanting to tell her son this wonderful news. However, before she could even speak, he pushed her away with obvious impatience. He said he was on the phone with his father. Then he picked up the phone and called out Anna Mommy in a loud voice. He even shouted that he wanted that woman to be his mother. He disliked the woman for being deaf and embarrassing. After hearing this, the woman was completely shocked. But then she thought, how could such words come from her young son? Sure enough, the next moment the person on the phone told the boy if he wanted her to come stay with him, he must do as she said. So the boy used sign language to tell his mother he wanted milk. The woman did not think much and turned to go pour milk. Unexpectedly, just as she stepped onto the stairs, she was bumped by her son. The woman fell straight down the stairs and lost consciousness. When she woke up again, she was already in the hospital. The nurse told her that her husband and son had been staying by her side. When the woman woke up, the husband quickly brought a cup of warm water. The son also immediately apologized, saying it was an accident. If it were before, she would have chosen to believe them. But now her hearing had recovered. Everything was different. So the woman urgently questioned her son about who instructed him to do this. When the husband heard this, he quickly covered up, saying the child did it by accident. He told the woman not to be angry. He then went to warm up food for her. The son followed and quietly asked his father, would mother ignore him in the future? The father gently told him she would not. Mother would still wash clothes and cook for him in the future. Unexpectedly, the son immediately asked why Anna Mommy could not do it. He wanted Anna Mommy instead. But the husband suddenly looked very serious. He ordered the son not to bother Anna over such things. In an instant, the son understood what he meant. He thought his father cared for Anna and did not want her to work hard. After hearing this, the woman felt completely heartbroken. She never expected that after giving up her wealthy background to build everything from scratch with her husband, she would end up as a useless tool despised by her husband and son. Since that was the case, she decided she did not want either of them anymore. She left the hospital alone. After returning home, she threw away all the gifts from her son like trash. After she finished cleaning, the father and son returned home. At that moment, there was still a sleepwear set left by the woman on the sofa. The husband quickly used sign language to lie, saying it belonged to a friend. But the woman was not foolish and already understood. However, it was not the time to confront them. She simply responded calmly and then left. In her heart, she began planning revenge against them. The next morning, the woman did not wake her son. The spoiled boy immediately became furious and blamed her for making him late. The woman angrily grabbed him and demanded an apology. Just then, the husband coming downstairs saw the scene. Without asking what happened, he blamed the woman for being too harsh on the child. He said he would hire a new tutor for the son. The woman immediately understood he just wanted to bring Anna into the house openly. So she agreed. The father and son left satisfied. That night after work, the husband eagerly came to find the woman. He said the tutor he hired for the son had arrived and asked her to go see. The woman, expressionless, followed him downstairs. The son was happily playing with the tutor. Only when the husband stopped them did they calm down. Then the tutor proudly introduced herself to the woman using sign language. She politely reached out her hand for a handshake, but the woman ignored her completely. She sternly told her to focus on tutoring her son. The tutor became furious instantly, but the son was very happy. At least they could stay together all the time. When night fell, the husband eagerly asked the woman to take vitamins. The woman already knew his intention. On the surface, she obediently swallowed and drank water. After he left, she immediately spit out the vitamins. Then she hid in a corner holding her phone. Sure enough, she saw the two of them dating in the living room. The husband even planned to get the woman's stocks and then divorce her. Then let Anna openly become a wealthy lady. Finally, they would send the woman to a mental hospital so she would never bother them again. Every word made the woman feel furious and disgusted. She could not believe she once married such a man. The next day, the woman forced herself to walk into the living room. Both of them were standing at the door. After seeing her, the husband immediately asked for a transfer of shares. He said the company needed funding and urgently required her shares. The woman agreed, but only on one condition. She wanted a proper wedding ceremony first. After the wedding, she would transfer the shares to him. The husband was overjoyed and immediately agreed. But from that moment, he stepped into the woman's trap. That evening, the woman suggested calmly that she had no friends here. She wanted the tutor to be her bridesmaid. The husband happily agreed. Soon the wedding was held as scheduled, but the tutor stole the spotlight wearing a white bridal gown. Everyone began to whisper and gossip, unable to tell who was the bride and who was the bridesmaid. At that moment, the ceremony officially began. The host announced the entrance of the bride. The doors suddenly opened. The woman appeared in a black outfit followed by more than 10 bodyguards. She walked in with an intimidating, powerful presence. The husband and tutor thought she simply forgot to change dresses. They urgently told her to go change, but the woman ignored them and grabbed the microphone. Under everyone's shocked gaze, she announced that this was not a wedding at all. It was a trial. Now the consequences for the cheating man and the wicked woman were about to begin.